Jedna, dva, tři, zkouška. Nazdar, přátelé, tady Peky a já vás vítám u dalšího pokračování Broken Swordu. Tady jsme už skoro v polovině hry. Tady koukám pokračování 6.40, já mám opět dojem, že jsem to ukládal sem, ale asi teda ne. Takže si vezmeme poslední uloženou pozici. A kdo si pamatuje, tak jsme tady v nové lokaci, já přečtu schválně deníček. Market is in the local hospital, takže by jsem se tam měl vypravit, takže jdeme za nějakým markvetem. Není tady asi nic, ale tady můžu k sanice, tak půjdu k sanice, uvidíme, co se děje u ní.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Tak, sanitka je zamčená. To se dalo čekat.
The door.
Tak, jediný, co nám teda zbývá, je jít sem. To je doktor, podle mýho gusta. Hospital. Francouzský hospital je fakt hospital. Hospital, je to fakt tak? Tak mluvíme s doktorem.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Tak,
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
tak dobře. Takže,
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
takže
for your
tady
help.
promluvíme s tou recepční. A to je zajímavé, všimněte si, jak je zády tím příchozím, jo? Že ji každý vidí do monitoru. To je dost zvláštní. A navíc kouká furt tady doprava, jakoby tam měla druhý monitor. Musím
Excuse me,
promluvit. A ty animace jsou
Yes,
fakt
sir?
super.
is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
No jo, no. Jakože ty děti vyděsí k smrti a že kdyby ona ležela v nemocnici s hadičkama v těle, tak by byl takovejhle v uvozovkách srandovní medvěd to poslední, co bych chtěla vidět.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Tak, ukážej mi fotku.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
No, dobrý.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around.
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plaster.
Cože, to taky existuje. Alergie na plástr?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Hej!
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
Tak to jsem nečekal.
He was on ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Já jsem spíš myslel, že to je dobrý, ne? Aspoň ví, co budu čekat.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge.
Ježiši.
Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
No.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Tak. Ještě jednou si zkusím promluvit.
Excuse me, sir.
Ale není tu nic
Thanks for your help.
zajímavého. Takže teď můžeme jít sem, nebo sem. Prostě nebudu muset asi projít všechno, ale musíme začít tady.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Polská mašina. Nebo leštící mašina.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
Tak to se musím podívat. Dandruff. Lupy. A počkej, a ještě schválně plástr. Plástr, omítka. No dobře.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir.
No dobře.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Takže tudy jsem přišel.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Dobře. Ale já mu to vypnu ze zásuvky. On bude čumě dědek.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
A nemůžu nic. No vidíš to. Že můžu. Tak, teď jsem Mr. Doctor. Tak, uložíme si to. A já si s tím zkusím promluvit.
Hello.
Oh, hi. No whistling, right?
Right. Are you having trouble with Mr. Shiny?
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him today. He keeps pulling his plug.
Tak,
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
já myslím, že máme všechno, co potřebujeme. Ale zase jo, mám tady nějaký plášť, aniž by jsem věděl, proč ho vlastně chci mít. Tak. Tam to jít nejde, takže pokračuju dál.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your
Taková
inspection.
milá sestřička.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile.
Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3
Monsieur
months.
Bossy. To je jméno, příjmení Bossy.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Jak to, že je v izolaci?
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Co jsem to tady vzal? Co to je?
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood pressure, doctor.
Jo, to mi to asi dala teď ona, viď?
Do you recognize the...
No.
Tak, dobře.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Tak ona chtěla, aby jsem pomohl tomu pacientovi, tak to zkusíme. To tam je taky mává.
Hello, anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was
Ale to je
tossed
nějak divně
out like
nakreslený,
a
vidíte to?
common squatter.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
Do you recognize...
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
That...
Dobře.
Do you know what this...
It looks like...
Have you heard of a guy...
No, Doc.
Have you ever heard of the...
I'm not really a night...
Have you any idea...
No, Doctor.
I'll
Tak.
come back later.
Dobře. Ten taky to mě nějak mává, ale nic tu s ním nejde dělat. No to je zajímavý, co? Tady jakoby byla nová animace, nebo animace. Nový překreslený obrázek, ale to starý. A někdo tu zapomněl udělat ten přechod pěkně.
Doctor!
What is it?
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
Tak tomu jako nerozumím.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing...
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Tak, teď nevím.
Oh,
What now?
you didn't finish taking my...
Jako vážně?
Okay, let's try again.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners.
Tak ještě jednou to zkusím. Možná, že to musím udělat nějak správně.
You haven't finished taking my...
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing...
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood.
I have to see Jacques Marquis.
How come he gets preferential? It's because he's got money.
I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder. Hi, it's me.
To určitě
I'll
nejde.
come back later.
Tak já teda ještě si zkusím promluvit se sestřičkou. Jestli tu není něco, co bych pro něj mohl udělat.
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you want this?
Device for measuring...
Yeah, do you want it back?
No, thank you.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir.
Teď jsem to nestihl přečíst, sakra. Ne, počkej, tam jsem nechtěl.
Hi. I'll come back.
Tak, zkusím to ještě jednou.
You haven't finished.
Ten se hlásí.
Will you keep quiet?
I'll keep quiet.
I have to...
How come he... It's...
I'll...
Tak, já tě vyléčím. Budeš koukat.
Hi, it's me again. No.
Škoda.
Does this jam...
No.
Do you recognize...
No.
A cold-blooded... Do you know what this...
I'd rather not.
I'll come back later.
Tak, dobře. To by teda bylo. Tam nás nepustí. Tady nemůžu vůbec nic dělat. Tak já zkusím odejít. A ještě máme na prozkoumávání tu druhou chodbu. Hele! Další doktor. Tak si s ním promluvíme. Co to stalo? No tak.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
Dobře.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a...
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
See you later.
Right.
Tak dobře. Musím si promluvit ještě s tebou.
Excuse me.
Aha! You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him? He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Tak. Ty vole, zase mi to... Tak to sem dejít nemůžu. Teď s ním můžu mluvit.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Keep it safe until I think of something.
Jo, dobrý.
Follow
tak...
me, Benoit.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Excuse me. Thanks for your help.
Jde za mnou ten týpek nebo ne? Jo, jde za mnou.
Hey, Benoit!
Yes, sir?
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Oh, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Jak zvedá tu ruku? Tak. Teď bych možná mohl jít sem, že jo? Finally. Promluvíme se tady s pánem.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, docteur.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How was the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, Doc, right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc.
Tak, tam zkusím lézt. Ježiš, ten je nějaký zničený.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
Assassin.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grand Master. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
You have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them as for Klausner. He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeier was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter! The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Ty brďo. No
Hello,
tak jste to
George.
viděli. Tak jste to viděli. Já už teď pokračovat nebudu.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Moo? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Tak. Sakra ne, teď já jsem chtěl. Já to chci jenom prostě uložit, ale to nejde. Jsem ani jít nemůžu. Boha jeho, to je teda hra. Tak třeba tady do toho muzea skočím. Jenom abych to mohl uložit. Budeme pokračovat zase zítra. Já vám moc krát děkuju, že jste koukali. A mějte se fajn. Čau čau.